Hey! Welcome, everybody. It's nice to see you. I'm not in the chat room anymore, so hope you're having fun. Let's do a quick recap. God, a lot has happened.
A lot happened.
So, if you want to really catch up on stuff, you can go to AnesidoraGame.com, where I've got like the first 3 episodes written up, and I'll try to write up the other 2. And if you want to catch up on the full games, the Twitch here has all the games in the backlog in the past episodes. And I'm going to work on in the next week or 2 getting everything on YouTube so everyone can watch it. And it'll be fun times.
Fun times.
But right now, the basics. Our party got a vision from the Oracle of Artemis. And she sent them on a quest to the angel to find the path of death. And they don't really know what all that means, but they went to an angel and they were like, okay.
Okay.
And death was everywhere.
Yeah,
Death is always everywhere in Anesidora.
Everywhere.
They got to the angel. Things were really, really bad. They ended up to be a shootout. A lot of people died. And the party was able to kind of calm things down and get everything together. And in the end, there were a few exiled who had been injured. The party took them with them to meet up at the exiled meeting point. When they were there, they talked to Kala, who is one of the exiled leaders, a friend of Vesper, played by Avril, who is not here today because she's having fun in Mexico. And they also talked to Aster, who is sort of the leader of this expedition, and also the Butcher of the North Road, a very evil warlord from Anik Deora's past. But they've kind of talked to each other. They have a sort of understanding because it looks like he's trying to help these people. He has, I want to say, 200 civilians with him at this point. I think that was the number, including a few children. Some injured, like Ippy, who Jem helped heal. And Owen, who is Gwen's little cousin, who she came to rescue, which is how she ended up helping the party. So, after meeting with them, they discovered that they needed more supplies and medicine so that they could head west and try to find a safe place to settle down, at least while this war is going on. And the party offered to take a few of their artifacts and sell them in the Golden Fields for supplies and medicine. So, the party arrived. Jem met a young girl named Anna who has a really bad cough that has been going around the Golden Fields. A few people have died from it, and it's spreading. They also met a doctor whose name I don't have written down in front of me.
I have
Eric
it.
Heif?
Eric Heif.
Eric Heif.
Yes.
And he is a doctor from Tyr who has come and is trying to help people. Once they were out of quarantine and it felt like they were safe, they headed over to the Rivers Mansion, which is a powerful noble family in Golden Fields. They met their servant, Saga, who recognized Anik Deora as their daughter. And her maiden name, Anik Rivers. And that is where we find ourselves. So, let's get into our game.
Secrets.
I guess I'll take one moment to mention there's this mysterious crazy dude covered in bones and like fangs and stuff. And his real name is Kai Norman. He's an awesome prop maker and costume maker. You can even hear him on Ryan's podcast, Life Action Roleplay. Or check him out as Commissar Props on Twitter and Instagram. He's a cool dude, but you don't know who he is yet. He's mysterious. So, Saga welcomes you. Says, "Follow me." You enter the Rivers Mansion, and inside the Rivers Mansion, there's a low glow of electric lights. It's something you've all experienced at some point in your life, but some of you have had more exposure to it. It's very rare. It is a great sign of wealth and power. You come deeper in and you see the whole mansion is well decorated with amazing, beautiful things, perfect columns and paintings from other times and ancient ages. Eventually, you come to a large dinner table that has been set out with candles and various plates and trays, but there's no food right now. And Saga says, Please have a seat. I'll bring your father. Do you need anything to eat?
We ran out of supplies, didn't we? Are we
Yep.
hungry?
I'm hungry.
You're out of
Yes.
Always.
Sure, we'll eat.
Of course, I'll prepare something for you.
Thank you, Saga.
Right? He leaves, and the four of you are together if you want to discuss anything quickly.
Don't talk. Let me talk. Don't talk. Definitely don't talk.
Don't talk
I
to
have-
them at all.
I would wait until we see what kind of reception that we get. Not sure what that's going to be like.
This
Haven't been home
explains
in
a
a while.
lot,
I have
actually.
I will
Are you
possibly no.
Yeah.
They are. I will possibly answer your questions later, but best to just eat your food and don't talk. They're touchy and they're
They touch you?
no. They're just old,
wanna talk about
grouchy, snooty people.
Oh.
So as you're talking, servants enter. They start to lay out trays of food, opening them. There's a lot of vegetables and fruits, all sorts of amazing, beautiful things. And they bring out fresh meat that's been cooked. And it's an amazing tray of delicacies that they set out all around for you.
Meat.
So
looks good.
you guys start eating?
Yep.
I
Okay.
wait until she starts eating.
I'm so not hungry
I
right
just
now, but
dig
I
in.
know I have to.
All right,
Eat a
Jem
little
just starts
something.
digging in.
I start digging in. 'Cause
All right.
I take a
I'm
little
looking at
something
Gwen
and
like,
mess around with it, but I eat enough to try and stay strong, but I'm not hungry.
I'm gonna slip Hydra some too. Sorry.
That's okay. I eat properly.
All right, so you
I
start eating.
eat
Yeah, with your hands.
Like
with
an
my
ice
hand.
Whatever.
food all over my face.
Sometimes
Alright.
I'll like take some foods like here. I think you two just need more of this than I do right now.
I snatch it.
Yeah. As you are eating, a man comes in. He has a huge smile on his face. He looks a lot like Anik. You can see the similarity. He's very well dressed in a fine, ancient suit. He has his hair perfectly manicured and put together. But next to him, in great contrast, is a man wearing dark clothes and leathers, covered in bone. He smiles a little bit at the sight of the food and displays fangs and yellow eyes. He's a great contrast. He looks like an exiled person. When the man looks around the room smiling, he notices Anik, and his smile fades. Oh, I thought Vala was visiting.
Yeah. No, it's your other daughter.
Skald, he looks to the man in bones. This is my daughter, Anik Rivers Deora.
Hi.
Skald, take a seat, enjoy some food.
Mm.
And
Yes, Lord.
he goes, pulls up a chair, sits down. Anik, who are your companions?
These are some people that I have been traveling with for a while. You guys can introduce yourselves. I don't have to do that for you.
Oh, my name is Dalexo. I do a lot of trade. The name of my business is called Try My Junk. I might want to talk to you later.
I guess I could speak to you. Who are you?
This is Jem and Gwen. They're
Gwendine,
under
who
my-
finds the true path by moonlight.
Just Jem.
Are you exiled, Jem?
No, I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
Why? Should I be? Wait. Yes, I
What?
am. I am exiled. Wait, am I exiled?
I don't know.
We don't
I
know.
hope you know that more than I do.
You've taken in some interesting company since the last time I was here.
Yes, Skald is here helping me with some things. He's an advisor.
He's entirely stuffing his face with food right now.
Can't remember the last time I have seen this many exiled sitting around the dining room table.
It is truly a strange time for the Rivers right now. It's actually fortunate that you and your friends have come through. I have something that needs to be done.
As do we. Shall we save the business for after the meal? Or would you like to discuss it now?
Sure. Eat first. We can speak later.
Where's Mother?
She is part of the business.
All right.
Anik. What's your dad's name? Who's that guy? What's his name?
Ask him. You didn't
Hello,
introduce yourself, Father.
Hello, Grand Sir.
Oh.
Your Highness.
Yes.
What is thy name?
Akos Rivers.
Akos. Akos. Nice
Yes.
to have met the pleasure of your acquaintance, sir.
Thank you.
It's my favorite thing
Well-
that's happened in this room.
Enjoy your food. Take a moment. Think on how you'll tell me about the past 2 years since I've seen you. And then we'll talk about that later with business. Yes,
Can I have more food?
I'm sure let's bring some out for this girl.
Preferably meat.
Yes, we can arrange that. He takes a tray, takes a few little things, eats like a snack. Does anyone want to say something at the table while you're eating?
I have so many questions for this guy, but I'm going to wait until my dad.
Your father happily speaks or eats in awkward silence,
I would,
occasionally staring at you.
I would like to meet with you later to discuss other business as well.
I guess my time will be full of meetings.
It always is.
Good.
Push my food around my plate. Like,
All right. Once Akos has finished eating, he says, "Well, I imagine it is time for business. Anik, you'll join me in Skald. Any of your friends who would like are welcome to join us, or you may stay here and eat. I'm sure they can prepare some sort of dessert for you if you wish."
Not want to come.
you girls stay and have dessert. I promise I'll fill you in later, but for now, Dalexo, we have business.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Wait, wish
I'm okay
Vesper
with
was here
food.
to see that.
So as Akos leaves with you, you see the servants bring out trays filled with various pastries of all different kinds and little candies that have been formed to look like animals and goldfish and various critters. And they place them in front of each of you.
You see that?
Is that food?
You hear Saga say, "What the hell is that thing?"
It's my cat.
Your cat?
Yep. Wow, this dessert looks great. Did you make it?
Yes, the chef and his assistants made it. I didn't.
Is that food?
Give it a try. He picks up something that looks like it's made out of glass in the shape of a verret. Try it. He hands it to you. Try to eat it. It's hard. Seems to crack and is rough. It's difficult to eat. But once you actually get a little bit of the flavor, it's incredibly sweet. One of the sweetest things you've ever tasted.
I want more.
Finish that, and then we can speak. Would you like to try something? He pushes the tray towards you. You see pastries and candies and all sorts of different things.
I'm gonna pick out something that's pink.
All right, you find a little pastry with a pink glaze on top of it. Mhm. Give it a bite. It has a cream inside of it. It's delicious.
It's very good, sir.
Yeah, you haven't had it very long time. You remember the flavor a little bit. You think maybe Melias gave you something like this one time many, many years ago.
It's good. It's really good.
Hope you like it.
Such a nice moment.
Are you okay, miss?
Yeah, it just reminds me of memories from long ago.
Maybe he
Good
gave
and
you
bad.
like something that wasn't food, because I was scared mine wasn't food.
Oh no, I've had it before. It's food. It's good. It's good. Okay. It's
I'm
good.
glad you like it.
It's good. I'm full.
Good. So they continue eating and hanging out. You are brought by a servant through the various halls, and when you arrive, it's at one of the side bedroom areas, not the master bedroom, a side corner. And Akos opens the door and leads you in. When you come inside, you see there's a bed set up very nice, but it's on the other side of a plastic sheet that hangs down in the center of the room. You see your mother lying in bed. Her skin is gray. And she coughs. Vala, is that you?
No, Mother, it's the other one.
Oh, Anik. How are my grandchildren? It's been so long since I saw you. And your husband.
I just look at my father. Are delusions usually, is there something wrong with her?
I think
Mind?
it's something to do with this. You called it a gray cough, Skald?
Yeah. It's not good.
I'm not telling her that story again.
Well, maybe when she gets better, she'll remember things. Skald has promised me that he knows a way to cure it.
But difficult. Rare.
Okay. We may have something that will be helpful. However, Father, is there not an entire setup? Are you one of the reasons that this disease has spread through the Golden Fields?
I have ensured that your mother and my wife is safe in here. I will not allow her in some quarantined bond by some tier doctor to tell me that she's become more ill from lying with the already stricken. No, we will do this in-house. We will keep her safe. Skald will ensure that she is okay.
Where did you find this person? I don't even know who you are. Why is this person more qualified than a doctor who's trained in ancient magic from Tyr?
The doctors and
And
their
you
ancient
trust
magic.
here?
I don't know you.
I'm exiled. I know how to stay alive.
I've learned that even more recently, that is true of most exiled.
The wastes have many, many cures. More than followers of Tyr in their walls and silliness.
They may have walls, but they also have ancient magic. What do you have?
I
Some
have
roots, some berries?
magic of the land. The wastes take care of those who look after the wastes.
Has she improved under the ministrations of...
She's improving, but we have gotten to a point where we need more materials. There are reagents and plants that we need to find.
How
and
much
they
time?
are rare.
How much time does she have?
We don't know. Maybe weeks, months. But Skald tells me he knows of things, but he says they are rare and they are far from here. And it is night, and it is incredibly dangerous. So, I normally would not ask this of you, Anik, but I know that you have training, that you've been out in the night many times before. If you could escort Skald, I would greatly appreciate it.
I couldn't possibly refuse.
Can you and I talk for a moment?
Sure, but then if it's possible for me to have a moment with Mother, I would appreciate that as well, to speak with the two of you, just to see how she's doing. Her mental state worries me.
If you need to.
I let you draw me aside. I'm assuming that's what we're doing.
Skald, why don't you take a moment for yourself, maybe grab a pastry, and
yeah.
take a moment.
That went well.
Okay, I'm going to assume that this is not the same sickness that we've been dealing with across the river.
No, it is. She's white, she's coughing, she's weak.
All right, and I realize they're vaccines, but they're not medicines.
We can show this to this doctor, but I don't know if, or this medicine person, but I don't know if he has any ancient magic at all. He may not be able to see, but if he's able to determine if there are any components in these vials that resemble the natural ingredients he's looking for, that might be possible. We might be able to show him something.
But I believe that we already sent one vial to them and we're waiting for that result. I'm talking about the other 8 that I have. The ones that worked with us, the one that you have and I have and the rest of the crew have.
And we believe they are a vaccine because we're not sick.
Correct. So it might be too late for your mother.
But not for my father. Not for Saga.
Right. Then that means that we would have to present these and do business. I know you said that you do not want to be involved with that, and that's fine. But I wanted to ask you, because I respect you, before I presented this to your father.
It galls me to make him pay for life-saving medicine that I have, but you have it. I don't have it. I understand if you need payment for that. I know the person you're supposed to be returning to with it.
Yes.
But keep in mind, however estranged, they are my family.
I know.
We should touch base with the doctor across the river. But it might not go amiss to provide one of these other vials that we have and show it to this Skald person and see.
You mean from one of the 40 or one of the 8?
I would say probably one of the 40, because one of the 8 seems to be, although we could show him one of the 8. We can show him one of the 8, and if he can't glean anything from that anyway, he doesn't have any of those skills, then we won't show him one of the 40, it won't matter.
Okay, how about, since we have to get the information from one of the 40 anyway, let's do one of the 8.
Okay.
And just make sure that we keep track of that, because I know what the at-cost price is to me for that.
Okay. I mean, we don't have, it doesn't have to leave our site. We can just show it to them and see their reaction to it, as far as I'm concerned.
So I guess I guess I should talk to Skald first, or your father first?
Let's try seeing if we can talk to both of them at once. I'm all about efficiency, especially as time does not appear to be on our side.
Wonderful. All right.
And we still don't know where Vesper is, so.
You know, she was alive before she came to us. I imagine she'll be alive after.
All right, well, I want to go check on my mother. If you want to speak to my father and Skald, I can join you momentarily.
I will go ahead and do that right now.
Okay. So we'd like.
All right, so the 4 of you meet up again.
Yeah. Or
All right.
I guess.
Skald, you are called away by Saga from dinner. He says, would you meet back with Akos in the same room?
Yeah.
All right. So you meet back with Akos, this time just outside of your mother's room.
So
What did you decide?
Well, there's a couple of things. One of them is I will have to. I have this medicine that seems to work for us, but I would like Skald to take a look at it to see if this is something that he can duplicate at all. But this has been a successful vaccine for some of us, knowing that this plague is here. We were in direct contact with people who had this, and we don't exhibit any signs that we have it.
Have you exhibited symptoms, Father?
Not yet. No one but your mother. As soon as she started to cough, we set this room up.
So these medicines would, these vaccines would protect you from from catching this. It does not seem to be effective for someone who's already in the middle of that, but maybe, Skald, you might know.
Gimme.
Okay, I will have to go to the wagon and I'll get it to you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I will get this for you. The other thing, which is going to be very, very odd. You seem you're a. Okay, I know the Rivers are an esteemed noble family. I just, when a noble family has fallen from grace, how does one go about restoring that family name?
Are you suggesting that my family has been dishonored somehow?
No, mine has, and I don't know how to fix it, but maybe you do. I just don't know how. It's the problem is just so big.
Which language are you speaking?
I am speaking in what's
Crew?
Well,
Yeah,
there's
crew.
multiple crews.
Okay.
So which version of crew are you speaking?
Whatever version that he's spoken.
So there's Amun-Ra, which is where you're from, but
Right.
then there's also Artemis, which is what he speaks.
Then I'm speaking in Artemis.
Okay. Then he says, I'll need a lot more about how your family was dishonored if you want me to ask. And if you have relatives alive, for example, then they would need to take part in it as well. It's complicated.
Yes, I realize that it is. Should we talk? Is this something we talk about now or later?
I would suggest we talk about it much later.
Okay.
I would prefer you and Anik accompany Skald as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if you successfully return, I will consider speaking to you about your family's honor.
Thank you.
Of course.
Let me go get the vaccine for you to take a look at.
Oh.
I'll also give him I might as well give him one of the 40. There's nothing wrong with having him look at both.
And he may not have the knowledge, as it is more of a God City technology, but can't hurt to take a look.
Not at all.
They may have been inspired by some more natural remedies.
Yes. I'm going to go to my wagon. If you see the Oliveck over there, I will be right back. So I go into
He's
the
just
wagon.
gonna follow him.
All right, and Skald goes with you.
Okay.
About 6 feet behind.
This, you could walk on the side of me. I feel like I'm being shadowed. Okay. Okay, you have some interesting teeth right there. I don't know how to fix that. Okay. No, let's go over to the thing. Are you familiar with any of the ancient magical medicine? Because that's what this is. I hope.
A little.
A little. Oh, okay. Well, anything that could help will be helpful. All right. So we eventually get to the
Alright, and you
wagon.
head out.
I open the chest. I get one of the vaccines that we know work. So one of the 8. Then one of the experimental ones that we don't know what it is.
Alright.
Okay. So they look alike. What I have in my hand. Okay.
They in fact look identical.
Okay. Okay.
Which one's which?
Okay, so the one in my right hand is the vaccine that we know works. The one in my left hand is the one that's experimental. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take a pen. I'm going to have to put these down. do you have a pen so that you can mark these?
No.
Okay, right is the right vaccine. Left is whatever medicine is left. Okay, down. All right. So this one, which is so this one is the vaccine that we know works. This is the one that Anik and myself and the crew have taken. So we know for sure, completely.
Is it sealed?
Yes, it's like a syringe thing with a cap on it.
Oh, so it's like a...
Yeah, an injection.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yes.
We're not here, right? Me and Gwen?
Yeah.
No, you're not there.
Okay.
You're back at dinner.
Okay.
And the other one?
And then the other one, whatever's left is left. All right. This one is the so this one is the so this one is the experimental one. Let me give this to you with my left hand. Here you go. This is the one that we are not sure if that one will work.
They don't look any different
They look-
externally?
Pretty much completely identical. Like the two syringes, you could tell them apart, but other than that, the actual medicine inside looks exactly the same.
Okay. I think it's God's blood.
It's what?
Not good.
This one's not good.
No, not good for healing the Lady Riviera.
Oh,
Yeah.
but this one is. Oh, this one is not. Oh. Okay.
I don't like things that come from those cities. They don't often work the way they're intended.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have a list for? Oh, we'll wait. We'll wait until
I
we
know
get-
what I need. I know what I need to heal the lady. Yeah. Those I have never seen before.
Oh, okay.
I think they are God's blood.
Okay. Right is the right way. Okay.
And then he just walks away.
All right. I put them
Skald's
back,
gone.
and then I follow you back so we can have discussion in front of everybody else.
As you're waiting, Saga comes back to the two of you and says, "It looks like Madame Anik Deora's meeting is taking a very long time. Would you like somewhere you can lie down, maybe draw a bath?"
Ew.
Oh. Yeah, thank you.
No, I don't take baths.
Maybe you could use a cloth and just kind of wipe the dirt away. Just a little bit of that
But then
forest musk we're so fond of.
Then I might smell better. And why
Oh,
would I want that?
But this is why. Okay, so when you're in the woods, you have to smell like that so you blend in and you don't throw off the scent, right? But when we're in the city, if you want to blend in, you have to smell like the city.
No.
Otherwise, they'll all know that you're out of place.
No, because you don't. I need to. It's like, intimidating, like when you smell like nature and your surroundings, you gotta, I wanna feel like, I wanna smell like home.
Okay.
I don't wanna smell like city.
It's just a bath for me then.
Yeah, we'll draw you a bath, and ma'am, I'm sure we can find you some dirty rags to lie down in. So you guys are led away. And Anik, you're back with your father. So, it's been a long time. 2 years since I've seen you last.
Yeah, 2 years.
Just come here, tell me everyone's dead, and leave.
There wasn't really a whole lot else to say.
Could have come back afterwards. You didn't have to leave. Do you have any idea how much it hurt your mother? She's probably weaker. She's probably sick because you destroyed her so much.
You can't put that on. That is not my fault. couldn't be here. I couldn't be anywhere near here. Everything reminded me of them. You reminded me of them. Saga reminded me of them. This house reminded me of them. I had to get as far away from here as possible. And I couldn't let anything like that happen to anyone else, and I knew that I could stop it.
Well,
Do not blame me for Mother. That is not my fault. I have enough on my head.
you think that we don't care about all of this? I have to stay here and run this business and run this house and keep everything together so you have a place to come back to. You don't think that I was torn apart?
You had Mother. You have Vala. I didn't have anyone. You made that very clear when I got married.
If you had just done your duty and fought and then come back.
Okay.
You wanted to speak to your mother? I don't know if I can have this conversation with you right now.
I don't see how it would go any differently than it has in the past. You've made your feelings very clear. And I know you're not one to change your mind.
Because every time you come through this town, you leave nothing but shattered people.
Well, everyone is plenty broken ahead of time this time. I will see what I can do to fix it.
At least if you can help your mother, it would be something.
Fine.
He turns away from you and opens the door and walks inside.
I follow him.
All right. You go inside. The plastic curtain is there. Your mother is lying in bed, sick, lying down. You hear her voice. Who? Akos, who is it?
It's me, Mother. It's Anik.
Anik, it's been so long.
I know.
Why did you come back?
I heard you weren't well. I want to help you. How are you feeling?
Not well. Every cycle that passes, I feel worse. She holds up her hands. My skin, it's like I'm falling apart. I just wish I could touch you and Akos again. And that Vala weren't so far away.
Does she know?
I don't think so. Akos looks over. We sent a message back, but it was only very recently when the roads opened. Won't reach Artemis for cycles. Maybe 2 weeks.
Well, hopefully by the time that it reaches her, Mother, you will be all cured. And you can embrace her like old times when she comes to visit.
Did you not come back because you were disappointed with us?
Why would I be disappointed with you, Mother? What have you done?
We weren't kind when you married that Deora man.
You weren't.
I always regretted it.
That's wonderful to hear, Mother.
I miss you, and I miss Amelia and Penelope.
They miss you too. And I miss you.
We're so alone here, Anik.
I'm surprised to hear that. You were always the center of society before I left.
She starts to fall asleep a little bit. Maybe we give her a moment.
I just turn and walk out.
All right. You walk. You want to return to your party?
Yeah, I like take a moment and Father, the rest of my group don't know very much about me. They don't know very much about my past, and I'm planning to keep it that way a little longer.
That won't be a problem. You can stay the night, well, stay the cycle, and then I expect you'll be on your way.
Yes, I can see that it's urgent, and I can only hope that this... Where did you find this exiled? Are you sure we can trust him?
I asked around, I looked for people. When that tear doctor failed and the medicine from Artemis didn't arrive, I knew I had to turn to other places. He's very knowledgeable. He has some sort of magic from Anesidora, I don't know.
Has he treated you? Vaccinated you?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't speak of vaccinations and ancient medicines. He speaks of herbs and cures and old ways. It's something to try.
Nothing else has worked. We'll rest, we'll resupply. I need to speak to him myself. As you may see, I'm not in peak condition. It's been a long 2 years. It's been a particularly long journey the past few cycles. I may need medical attention myself before we get going.
Do I need to call a doctor for you?
Well, let's see what your Skald can do for me, but it's not so bad. If we're worried about letting strangers into the house, I can carry on, but I might need to be in peak physical condition if we're going out at night.
Well, go see your friends and I'll make arrangements.
Thank you.
All right. You leave. Saga informs you that Jem is taking a bath, if you would like to go speak to her. Dalexo, I believe, is back inside, along with Skald, and Gwen is taking a nap.
Sprawled out.
Gwen is
Sprawled out
specifically
like
not
a pile
taking
of
a
rags.
While we are here, do you want me to see if I can check some of your injuries?
Yes, that'd be fantastic. If you wouldn't mind as well.
Yeah. Any
a little
recovery
banged
for-
up.
Yes.
All right, so make a medicine check, and you can make a
Stabbed a
first
little
aid
bit.
check.
Like, all right.
One dice?
Yep, one die, and you add your first aid check.
Okay.
It's in knowledge.
Yep.
Nope. Total 12.
That would be 19.
19. All right. You find that Skald is very good at these ancient ways, and you heal an injury.
Nice.
Yay.
That's broken.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you fix it?
Yeah.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But he mixes up some old herbs and makes something, and it seems to make you feel better.
Gets me closer to peak condition if we're going out in the dark, which I just spoke to my mother. We have to.
All right. Then, even though I know I should try to unload this, the working vaccines right away, I kind of figure let's take care of this first. Then we'll come back and maybe that might help with negotiation and some other things.
If you want to talk to him about the remaining 8, that's that's up to you. I think my father has seen quite enough of me today.
All right, I will. No. We will go and get this stuff first before I negotiate that.
All right.
It would put me in a. It gives me better leverage.
It's probably true. I'm gonna go check on the girls. I need to walk away for a moment.
Come, Jem is having fun in the bath.
And like knock
Gwen
on the
is
little.
lying nearby.
I look over at her.
I'm snoring loud.
Who is it?
It's me. How you doing in there?
Good. You can come in.
Okay.
It's a lot of bubbles.
You got a little excited there, didn't you?
Yeah. Hush likes it too. Hush is gonna pop out.
Oh my god.
He's swimming around in the water.
I would not have imagined him to be a water creature.
He likes everything.
Wow. God, it's so weird.
But weird in a good way, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely weird in a good way.
So, what do you guys talk about?
That's why I came, actually, is because thank you for agreeing to stay behind and actually doing so.
Oh yeah, Vesper yelled at me, so.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you two fought.
It's okay.
Okay.
Do you think we should wake up Gwen so she can hear this?
She seems to be pretty happy as she is. We
Hush.
can fill her in later.
Hush, go poke her on the face.
Don't. If she hurts Hush, that's gonna be your fault.
Do it gentle. So Hush is gonna go poke
Oh, yeah.
Gwen.
Hush comes over and he gives her a little nip on the finger. And then he jumps up on your face like,
Hey, over here in the bath. Hey, do you want to wake up?
that
What?
smell?
It smells like clean
"Ah."
lady.
I don't like it.
Anyway,
That's not nice.
do you want to wake up so you can hear what Anik's going to tell us about what she talks about?
Or you can go back to sleep and we can tell you when you wake up. I will give you that option.
Yeah, fine. Okay, what?
My father has informed me that my mother is sick.
She has the plague.
She has the plague. She is being treated by an exiled doctor. His name is Skald. I think he came to have some dessert with you.
Yeah, he looks weird.
He does look weird. He's gonna travel with
He
us for a
smells
little bit.
nice. Like,
It smells normal to you?
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
like that bubbleness.
Gwen, sometimes you just have to appreciate other people for their culture.
I do. I just don't like it when they smell clean.
I understand that. You'll have to forgive us our weakness. Some of us do like to smell clean.
I don't get it, but I'll accept it.
Thank you.
Anywho, what else?
We have a lead on some natural cures that appear this Skald believes will be effective. He helped me with my own injury, so I'm inclined to believe him.
So we have the medicine being checked over by a doctor,
Yes.
and then we also had the medicine checked out by this doctor.
Well, I don't know. I think maybe Dalexo went to show him some of our own. But I don't know what he thinks of it. I haven't been able to speak to him. But he has natural remedies, rare ingredients that he needs to go out and find in the wilderness outside of town.
No one touched me when I was sleeping, right?
Not until Hush bit you. Why?
Because I never got the vaccine. So,
Right. The only person who's contagious is my mother, who is bedridden.
right.
So she hasn't been able. So we're safe. For now.
Okay.
But the plan is to rest for the cycle and then leave again.
Can your dad give us food?
Yes, I believe that we'll be able to arrange for some supplies for the journey since we are going specifically to find a cure for my mother. And when we do that, we hopefully will return and she will be fine.
And the cure for your mother is going to be the cure for everyone.
Depending on how much materials this Skald requires. Yes, the first step, selfishly, is to solve the problem for my family first. And if it works, then that's good news for the rest of the Golden Fields as well.
And
My father is sending us out on this mission, and I'm inclined to take it.
Okay,
And that's what we talked about.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And you guys rest, feel very well rested. They have nice beds set up for all of you, except Gwen. They just give you a nice pile on the floor of dirty stuff. They don't want you
Not
sleeping in
dirty
the nice
stuff.
beds.
That's all I need.
And when you awaken, hours later, it is of course still nighttime because it is always nighttime. And I need to keep reminding myself, even though I made the game in the world. And you are ready to head out. So I'll just, for Skald to know and you guys, you need to get really far away from civilization in case you want to do more stuff in Golden Fields before you head out.
We need to resupply before we go.
He provides you with supplies to cover you guys for 2 weeks.
Okay.
What was the end date of the doctor checking on the medicine?
We
supposed to be
should
one
stop
cycle.
by. Yeah, it's been
Okay.
it's
So
been
it's
a cycle, right?
Yeah.
We need to stop by Dr. Heif before
yes.
we leave, which maybe you should not come for.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. So that's the only thing we need to do here, right? We'll check on Anna,
Yeah.
see how she's doing, and then we'll see what the doctor has to say, and then we'll set off. I would like to leave some kind of sign for Vesper to let her know
Oh, yeah.
where we've gone. Is there some kind of...
Well, we can tell the doctor. Because she's going to come back here.
We can't tell the doctor if there's some kind of exiled signal. I know they have signals for plague and other signs to let you know, let their people know where someone's been, when someone's coming back. I don't know if there are any similarities between your signs and the Lapui, but
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
maybe we could have Boo Boo. We could have Boo Boo.
Mark?
Yes. I tried to think of a delicate way to say that because I didn't want to say poop. But
you
maybe.
just did, so okay.
So maybe if it's right there, then she knows, hey, this is where to go.
Wait, what? You're leaving Boo Boo's poop as a sign for Vesper?
It's Vesper. Why would she not find it?
But if we're gone for a long time, then that poop is going to turn into fertilizer.
Well, it's that. Just have it poop not on the dirt, like on some place that isn't dirt.
Well, like flies and stuff get to it. And
Animals will eat it.
yeah.
You know Hydra eats poop. Hush eats poop. I always do that.
Well, hopefully we don't leave Hush behind to clean up. But
No,
well,
yeah.
Well, but other
All right.
things will get to it.
Well, anyway,
Maybe just leave them a note.
I mean, there's
so
some-
we'll
yes.
definitely leave word.
Try to
We'll leave word with the
markers.
doctor.
yes.
Yeah.
We can leave, yeah.
Yes.
So let's go see the doctor.
To the doctor. Yes.
All right. So you head to the doctor. You still see the electric lights around it and everything. The doctor comes out. So you're all still feeling well.
We are.
No problems.
Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
How's
we're
Anna?
fine.
She seems to be holding up okay.
Good.
Takes a long time for whatever this is to take full effect. She's going to be all right for now.
And what of the medicine?
You left him with one of what, the true vials or
One of
No,
the
the
questionable
mystery
vials.
vials.
mystery vials? He says, I've ran some tests on it. It seems to be some kind of opiate.
So all it does is it makes people feel good.
Yeah,
But it doesn't.
relaxes them.
Oh, okay. But it is not a cure, but it just makes
It is
them
not a
feel
cure.
good. That is useful information. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's something that can be administered if needed for certain people.
What would this normally be administered to? For pain? For
Is pain, any
Okay.
type of suffering, injuries.
injuries. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't heal the injury, it just helps people deal with it.
Understood.
It doesn't actually make anything better. It just makes
Easy.
you be able to bear with it.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
They also can be, some people use them recreationally. They can be addictive.
Would it help? Maybe with
Mm.
I have leg pain.
You don't take these. Not these. Not for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
These are
These
are
are-
dangerous.
Yes.
What
Well,
about just like a little tiny bit?
That's why they're dangerous. A little tiny bit is never just a little tiny bit. But I'll explain it to you later.
Yeah.
Like many
but-
medicines, it should be administered safely under controlled conditions.
Yes.
yes.
Right.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Of course.
Just thinking that maybe I could
So I
get a
so I
little
take it
bit-
back, or like, is there anything back to take, or is just, or did he use
No,
it?
he probably consumed it in the
Okay,
process.
that's fine. So it's at 39. Okay, it's fine.
Done. Consumed it, but it was used up.
Right.
All right. This is still actually useful information.
I just smuggled drugs, so you're gonna have to give me a minute. I just like walk away.
I could give you. Okay. No. Then I look at. Okay. Well, we're still there, so I'll wait until afterwards.
Wait, why do you have?
Yeah, where did you
Why do you
get that?
Yeah, where did you
I
get
thought
that?
you just had it.
Hmm?
Where do? Wait, we don't know why you guys have that, do we?
No.
I don't want to
I don't
bet
think so.
We thought it was just the medicine from the regular
Yeah.
medicine.
But we were there when we heard that.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you were
Yes.
here.
So all of the medicine is not medicine?
Not all of it is. We found that out now.
How do you know which one? What do you mean not all of them?
Well, there are two types. One that I gave you, which is the vaccine. The other one is an opiate.
How many real medicines do you have?
I have 8.
8?
We still have them
How
if they are
many-
needed.
How many drugs do you have?
Well, they're opiates, and there's a different number.
I'm just thinking my leg hurts really bad when I try to walk.
Okay. I have other pills that you can use.
Okay.
Okay. Like, this is for if it is so unbearable that you have to be out of your mind to deal with it. You're not there.
this is if your legs fall off.
Yes, it would have to be if your legs fall off, then you take this.
Oh, okay.
This is
okay.
not that.
My leg doesn't hurt that bad.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No, so you
No.
don't want this unless your legs are like off. You don't need this. Okay?
Okay.
What she said, yes.
Are you guys coming or not?
Okay, we're coming. I'm gonna let me adjust some things in the wagon to make sure that we clearly mark the ones that are we need that.
Yes,
So
that's
I'm-
important.
So hold on. So as I go into the wagon, I just put a little band, like to mark the vaccines.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure you have some sort of tape or something. that you
Right,
could
just a little tape.
grab.
Yo, wagon of junk.
Then,
Yep.
then I kind of look around. I take one of the opiates.
But I presume you do that in private.
Yes.
So
We don't know.
So now they're now 38.
Damn it, Dalexo.
He's a drug addict! Oh my god.
Purely recreational right
You
now.
don't.
Okay. So are we all back together now?
Oniva? Let's go?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to
Then
go
I-
get Skald.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we left him.
So we go back to, I go back home with them in tow. We've got the wagon.
Yeah.
And
Skald, we are ready for you now. Skald?
is he waiting
Think
outside?
Skald-
We,
yeah.
we are
Yeah,
ready for
Skald's
you now.
waiting around for you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Okay, let's go ahead and get to the wagon. Let's get into the wagon.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know where we're going?
I don't know. That's why we're relying on
Don't
you.
you know where we're going?
Yeah, hopefully you know where you're going.
Yes.
How's my mother today? Has her condition worsened?
We need to find the starlight orchids.
Where are those?
Starlight orchids?
Starlight orchids. Okay.
Yes. They are far away. They only shine at night.
They
Luckily-
shine?
Mm. Well, you can only find them at night. They only
Oh.
when they bloom in night, they glow.
That's pretty.
Luckily,
That makes
it's
it a
light
little
right
easier
now.
to find, but it is very faint glow.
Hey,
During
Okay,
daytime,
so
they
kinda-
get crushed easily.
I'm very,
People
very
don't
eager.
notice them,
I
so it will
see
be
that.
easier for us to find them.
It's dancing in your pants.
I know.
You can see in dark.
I'm so excited.
She can.
You can see in dark.
Oh, it's Soak and Hush.
Oh, wait.
No, I
Hang on,
can't.
give me
I
these. I'm going to
can't.
run back inside for a second. I grab the night goggles.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm going to go charge them. Hang on.
Wait.
Saga,
Yes?
can we plug these in?
Oh, sure.
But those. What are you doing?
Puts a charge.
Fixing them.
They charge. He says, this will be a little while. They've
How
been drained for a while.
long?
A cycle.
Dang it. I forgot to do that last night.
Are you familiar with the North Mountains?
No, but if you could point out where they are, then we will go there.
I just point
Yeah,
north,
north.
like the North
I
Mountains.
don't think I
Right.
am.
No, wait, north. North.
Mm.
North.
I mean, you've
north.
been there
Oh,
occasionally.
I don't know if I'm like
Boo Boo,
super
you need to
familiar
lead the
with
poop.
them though. Am I? They in my
You
like
go
range
poop,
You probably
or-
and then we will-
adventured.
we
You've
will
been out
follow-
there
we will go to
before
the North
when you were,
Mountains.
Like, a
Why
kid
are
or
you
whatever,
so
camping.
nervous?
I am just, I realize that.
have to pee.
Yeah, you can pee.
Oh no! I am fine. I'm just so worried for Anik's mother.
Do
if
we
could
have
get
a
the ingredients,
cycle
that'd be great.
To let these charge, or are we just not doing that?
Hey,
This
don't they have
adventure.
to be fixed anyway too?
It looks like the water damage, they may not hold a charge as long, but if they're charging, that's a good sign. But if it's gonna take a cycle,
I
then
guess
What do you
it's
want to
not
do?
Skald.
What do you want to do?
Skald would know, because he knows how bad your mom's doing.
right. So I was saying, do we have a cycle to let these charge? It's gonna make the night much easier.
You could have more dessert.
I think we should. If she dies, I don't get paid.
So you're saying we should go?
Hush can help look. Hush has good vision in the dark.
Okay. Thanks, Saga. Never mind. Walk back, we
Okay.
just go. But those are.
That,
I give them back to you.
don't you want to leave these to charge?
That's up to you.
Sounds like a good idea. You'll have something that works.
Can you stop?
Dalexo, what is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong. I'm just so excited.
Okay, then calm down for like a second.
Has to pee.
Go pee
I
or
will
whatever.
go pee.
Great.
You don't pee. Everyone pees.
He's saying he's
No,
going to
no,
pee.
I said I'm
He's-
going
he's
to go
gonna
pee.
Oh.
Why do we always
I
talk
do-
about bodily functions
Yeah.
so much? Do we get to keep these here or not? Because we have to go because apparently my mother's going to die.
I don't.
We don't know
Will
when.
they be safe?
It
Yes.
might be a few weeks. It might be a month.
Take him with you.
She is fading slowly.
Take him with you.
We can always charge them when we come back.
Yeah.
Let's just go. I'd give you the goggles back and like start going. In whatever I'm going north because he mentioned north, but I don't know where I'm actually going.
Okay, you know where these starlight orchids?
Starlight orchids.
Starlight orchids. They glow in the dark and it's night. So north. We're going north. I think I know where that is. Yes. All right.
Can someone check the cart?
For what?
What?
For what?
What?
Just to check how many. We should see how many medicine things we have.
Dalexo, you can check.
I already
Right.
checked. It should be. It's fine.
Yeah.
How many did we have?
Well, we have 8 of the ones that work.
Right, and how many do we have that don't work?
We have the remainder.
What's the remainder?
The remainder's the remainder.
Dalexo and I know how many of the vials there are.
Right. I don't always
Okay.
Or
keep
of the
track.
syringes.
Besides, it doesn't matter. It's drugs.
It's
you
not
know?
helpful to us. Let's
Nope,
get going.
not helpful to anybody else.
All right.
Opiates.
So you guys have just decided you're going to start heading north?
Well,
We're following him. I just
Okay.
charged off in a direction, and then I'm assuming that I eventually let him show me where I'm
I'm
going.
hoping that we get some information. Can I do a gather information to figure out directions to North Mountain, like the
I mean,
best way?
If you guys want to legitimately stop and talk around and figure things out, that'll be a cycle of like going around town, talking to people, meeting with people.
Oh, okay.
But he knows
Well,
where we're going,
Yeah,
right?
Skald knows.
Do I feel that's actually necessary or?
I mean, you feel like Skald's plan is basically to wander around.
Uh-huh.
in-
We're going to go to
good
the North
areas.
Mountains area and try and find them. The
I
less
understand.
traveled paths are the more likely that we will find them, for they are very rare.
Ah, I understand now. It's not
It
like
could
a
take
place
us
that you
a
go.
while,
It's
maybe
an area.
a couple of
Yeah.
weeks,
Mhm.
or a week or so.
Yeah,
It could
who
take us
knows?
up to a week to find one before we have to go back.
Okay, well, we've got 2 weeks worth of supplies, so let's go.
All right. Okay, we're going. We're going. All right, Boo Boo. Let's go.
All right.
What's Boo Boo?
Boo Boo is an olivac, which is kind of like a beaver bison buffalo thing.
Okay.
It's like a large like buffalo-like animal that has big antler horns and kind of like beaver teeth, and they eat trees and stuff by knocking. They knock them over with their weight, and then they eat them.
Okay.
And
Don't,
he's pulling his cart.
do not worry. I have been around the North Mountains before.
Okay.
My tribe goes around there from time to time.
Good. We're going to follow your lead, whatever it is.
What's your
Whatever
tribe,
it is.
Skald?
Scandis.
Ah, that makes sense.
Why?
Because we're going north.
I'm gonna like,
Gwen.
ow, and like fall on the ground, and be like, I hurt my leg. Can I like ride in the cart?
Get right on Boo Boo.
He could write on Boo Boo.
That's what she did last time. Her leg was tired. Just
Yeah,
get up
it's
there.
Just
Yeah.
write on Boo Boo. This way we are not delayed and we can get
I
there.
don't. I don't really.
Do any of them
like
look
Boo
injured,
Boo.
by the way?
You don't like Boo Boo?
I'm still
but
injured,
I-
Yeah.
technically.
The only injured person.
But I
is
thought you're
there right
exile. I thought
Yeah.
you like all creatures great and small.
I was
Okay,
a
I'm
little
just
stabbed.
gonna like try
A
to
little stab?
attack the cart
Not
and
enough
see
stab,
how
little
many
stab.
Well, that was a
are
lot
in the
stab.
We'll
freaking.
just drop the medicine.
What?
For now, we're gonna head north.
Yeah,
She mentioned
we're
she's
going.
gonna attack the cart.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
first radio.
Okay.
So we're just going, right?
Cool.
So it's
Goes
all.
to Julia.
All right.
All right. So you guys are.
Did you hear what she said?
What?
No, no.
Are you doing it still?
No.
Oh,
You're not,
okay.
You're not still gonna do it? Okay.
All right.
We're so you're in the lead, I suppose. Mm-hmm. And if you can help him, Gwen, maybe with tracking, at least maybe we're finding the road less traveled, correct? In the north?
Once we get into some of the areas, yes, we will be having to go into dangerous wild areas.
Great. My favorite kind.
How long is the effect of the opiates?
Not long. Maybe 6 hours.
But doesn't it? Wouldn't it make you like?
work.
Huh?
Yeah,
That's
it makes
not
you
how
like,
opiates work.
Ooh, it's like in Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
It's heroin.
Oh,
Like ooh.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of that is just psychological.
But you could also get. But you would also
And the
get,
other part
you
is
could
like-
get excited
You
for a
could
little
be
while.
happy, yeah.
Because
Yes.
it makes you happy and excited, and then like it wears down and becomes like.
Got
Why
it.
are you walking so slow? Let's go.
God, you're as slow as me today, Dalexo.
Maybe
I'm-
you hurt your foot.
I feel just fine.
So where did you find that little creature?
My cat.
Yeah, the cat that doesn't look like a cat.
Oh. Yeah.
I this is Hush, and I'll have Hush pop out. I found Hush when I was traveling. I was delivering a message, and I was not a message. I was just delivering things, and I saw an egg on the side of the road, and it was pink, like my skin, and I didn't know what it was, but I kept it, and it hatched, and I didn't still know what Hush was, and Hush didn't really have a name until I had to keep Hush a secret so that people wouldn't see Hush because people aren't used to that, and then
Because Hush is a really freaky cat.
yeah, yeah, and so I said Hush, and then
It just stuck.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, a few notes for Kai and anyone who isn't aware. Jess has incredibly hot pink skin. That's one of the most noticeable things about her. It's like having a really bad sunburn. And Hush is a similar pinkish tone. He is a small hydra, young, so he's about cat-sized, like a lizard looking, got a few extra toes and 2 heads on long necks.
Would I know for being in the wilds that that's a symptom of people who have been in the radioactive lands a little too much?
You
Or not?
probably wouldn't know about that because of your specific region you're in.
And I do accidentally switch the gender of Hush a lot.
Yeah.
She, he, it, yeah,
She doesn't know what it is.
yeah,
But Hush is her nice pet.
yeah.
Maybe it's both because it has 2 heads.
We don't know.
Totally
So-
could be. But yeah, Hush is nice.
Cool.
But you can't touch Hush because he has to trust you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just like me.
I want to kind of keep an eye out for any signs of Vesper too, because I feel like I would while we're traveling.
Sure. Do you have tracking?
Yeah.
All right, make a tracking check.
Rolling dice. Oh, that's one of the
That's
highest
actually
things
pretty
I've like
good.
ever rolled. Tracking. Wow, 19.
So as you're heading out of town, you take quick looks around, and you do notice like maybe some fur from her vest is fallen on, like clipped off on a tree near the town, and you're pretty sure Vesper did go this direction to the north.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of file it away for now. I don't want to get too distracted from the mission, but
Yep.
she survived out this far.
So you guys head north. You continue for a long ways, and then you set up camp and rest. Continue more. It takes a little while even to get out of the Golden Fields itself, because this whole area is just farmland for a very long time. Lots of civilized terrain. Takes about a week just to get into the North Mountains.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
cycles.
We should we worry about hunting along the way to try and pad out our food if it's going to take us a week to get
If
there?
you want to, you have to stop and hunt.
We have 2
Basically,
weeks.
the way my game works, is you can push and use the supplies you have, or you can stop and take a moment and like hunt and explore the area, but it uses time.
Okay.
So you've used a week of supplies and a week's
Because
time.
we need to get back afterwards.
Right.
Yeah,
We may have
so you might
to.
want to take a moment to.
Hunt and
Hunt.
stock.
Should we do that now, or should we hunt after we find the orchids?
Either way, we're going to need more time.
Let's hunt after.
So
I would rather push ahead as much as we can and hunt when we need to.
We're on a time crunch, so.
If you
Okay.
think it's necessary, but I would much rather.
usually
be
it
as
is better to
close-
keep rations that will keep longer and hunt for fresh things to help pad it out. So you can always have the rations as backup later.
The
That is
nature,
how my tribe has survived.
the nature of the rations that we have are what, jerky or
Yeah,
pressure?
like jerky, long-term stuff, like he's saying. He's right. Everyone who has wilderness lore knows that he's correct.
Tastes good. Tastes better too. Yeah.
Fine, if we have to stop, we stop. But that's it, a cycle. We can't hang back for longer
I
than
need to
that.
like get some dirt on my skin too. I feel
Cool.
like
So while you guys are here,
Yeah.
do you want to take a moment to hunt at the edge of the mountains?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do that.
All right, so that'll put us up to cycle 9. And you each generate your wilderness survival -1 in additional food supplies.
-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we generate 2.
You get 2,
4.
4.
3.
I believe Skald only gets 1.
Yeah, I've got 2 with
Yep.
wilderness survival. Not great at hunting.
Yep, he's knowledgeable, but he's not actually that great at stuff. And Gwen, how much do you get?
For
Wilderness survival.
-1.
so 5.
5. All right.
I caught some woolly, ferocious fruit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got some nice berries.
Yeah.
can Hush hunt as well?
No, Hush is, well, Hush is
Himself.
his self-sufficient is
Yeah.
he like, he's always good.
Yes.
Cool. So
Alright,
you
let's
guys
go.
are now into the woods. As you move a little farther, we are going to enter a non-combat encounter area. This will be where you guys can use tracking or navigation or nature or whatever you want to use to try to find these orchids. Or, if you want, you can do other stuff. And we're going to start with Kai.
Yeah. Definitely nature.
Alright.
To see if I can locate a few of them and some of the reagents I need.
Great. So you roll a 12-sided die and you add your nature check.
Okay. That would be 17.
17. Okay, great. So you see Skald as you're moving through, show you around. Oh, by the way, this process takes 2 more cycles of
Okay.
exploration. He explores around. Eventually, he finds something and brings it back to you. By the way, I believe, do you have low light vision?
Hush does.
But not you.
No.
Okay, so it's pretty dark. It's very clear very quickly that Skald is the only one who can find his way in the dark. So you don't have your goggles.
No, but I do have acute hearing, so could I?
Acute hearing's great for like tracking people and animals, but not for finding flowers in the dark.
Right. Okay. But I could. I'm just saying, like, if I could move around in the dark. Okay.
Yeah, you can move around fine. It's just you
Right.
guys are looking for little flowers.
Right. Right.
So, but Skald does find a small little flower.
okay.
He brings back to you. It's small and it's purple, and it looks like it's been crushed. And he explains to you basically that this is essentially what you're looking for,
Yeah.
but this one's no good.
These, but not broken. They're kind of like mushrooms.
Got it.
Yeah. And they're very delicate too.
Okay.
Hush, take a look.
He tries to eat it.
No, Hush, stop. You're gonna be looking for that. Don't eat it.
If
Do you
we
wanna
light,
die? That's how you die.
if we light torches, will that make it harder for us to see it glow, or will that help us find them?
Sounds harder to see it glow.
How does Sushi glow? Also, predators will see it. Things will notice us easier if we're concerned for that.
Cool. Anik.
How do you fight?
With these, and I pull out my rapiers, and I have them out now, and I want to listen for, and be on guard for witch dogs or whatever else is going to come out and kill us.
Okay. So your
So
perception.
that perception probably, yeah. So good at this. Yeah, it's not bad actually.
Yay.
So 17.
Cool. Do you have any astronomy?
I do. I do have some
What is your rank in
astronomy.
astronomy?
1.
1. Well, make a check.
12.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Abby still gets credit for that because I have never seen that before. So 15.
Nice. Cool. So you'll notice something, but it's secret. So.
Well, what do you
moving
do?
on.
Oh, hold on. We have to wait.
Yes.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yep.
Oh. So I'm gonna send out Hush, and Hush is going to track and use low light vision
All right.
for the orchids.
So Hush is tracking.
Yes. 16.
All right, 16. That's pretty good. He tracks around and he finds another crushed one, brings it back to you.
Oh.
Oh, but Hush, no, I know that that's the one that you saw, but you have to find one that's it's not crushed, it's still
I found a good one and squished it.
bigger.
I bet he did.
Found a good one, ruined it because Mom wanted it.
But Mom, that's what you wanted.
Do you get it?
Maybe? I don't know if I'm smart enough for this, Bruce.
But I mean, you get what happened, not necessarily that your
What it
character
means?
gets it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what happened. I
Okay.
don't know what it means.
No.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Hush finds a crushed one.
Alright.
Yeah.
I scolded. I scolded Hush.
Oh, Dalexo.
All right. I will do a nature check. I also have acute sight, if that matters.
Oh, that will help.
Yee.
That is a total of what's a total of 12.
12. All right. That's pretty good. You find signs of some of the other herbs that Skald has mentioned to you, but you don't find any signs of the starlight orchids.
Then I at least gather those so that
Yep,
he
so you
has
got a
them.
few handfuls for him.
Okay.
Julia, track for these orchids, nature maybe, or
For tracking.
What-
the tracking's more for like animals and people and stuff.
Like they really move.
Oh, and I.
So I
give you
should
my
probably go
herbs.
with nature.
Well, Skald mentioned before, and you guys were talking about that, like the areas with less animals might be more likely to have the flowers. So while you won't find an orchid doing tracking, you might be able to point the rest of your party to a better place to look for them.
Do animals like eating them, or do they just leave them alone? Like, are they actually palatable?
They're not like palatable per se, but they are edible.
Okay.
So they're a nice little snack if you want. Like eating a lot of regular flowers you can eat.
Where is nature on here?
So are you going to track for a less used space then, Julia?
Reverse tracking.
Yeah, reverse tracking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Make a check.
So I do
Add your tracking
12.
check.
plus what? 8?
Plus 8.
Oh, jeez.
So what's the total?
Mm-hmm.
20.
20?
Dude.
Bam.
All right, so basically, Julia gets down, she's feeling around, sniffing, hearing for animals, and she pulls you guys deeper away from the trails, away from even the animals' natural trails. And you come into this kind of like space that feels untouched by anything, just this empty, verdant area. And that's where we're going to stop for a moment and take a short break. Hey guys, welcome back from break. We had to take a moment, eat some food, some snacks.
Yum, yum,
Yum, yum.
Now we're back.
Foods.
So where we left off, Gwendine had just tracked through the area, found a nice secret spot away from everything. So you guys can take a moment to make up camp and discuss what you're going to do with the rest of your time here. Anything you want to talk about, or are you just heading to the next day?
I sneak into the wagon and take another dose.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
Dalexo.
Are you good enough at not waking anybody else up?
Hmm?
Are you good enough at not waking anybody else up?
I would be. I wouldn't make it obvious.
Yeah, I mean, no one else is really awake or has any reason to spy on him.
I wanted to set watch though, just since
Okay.
it's night, and I was
So
gonna
he does that on
maybe
his
talk
watch.
to Gwen about
Yeah.
or actually it should probably be both of you, about keeping an eye out for wild animals, and if anything comes, wake me up if I'm asleep, but we should, like, cycle through.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to, like, specifically organize that or just say that I
No,
organize that.
you guys can organize a
So
watch.
you know how to fight with your swords. How do the rest of you fight?
They don't.
You don't?
I run.
You run?
Yeah.
Only if I have to, but I don't. It would
What
attract
do
too
you
much
have?
attention, huh?
What do you have to defend yourself with?
I pull it out. It's a rifle.
Do I recognize that?
Yeah, you've seen a gun before.
Okay.
I think.
It's like only if I have to.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever
expensive.
shot that before?
I
Oh, no, drawn it. I thought you said draw. Oh, yeah. No.
I've held it. I've held it like a baby, scaring people
And Gwen?
because it makes people more
yeah,
freaked
I have
out.
a bow, right? Yeah, I have a bow.
Oh, good. Okay.
Man.
I know how to use a bow. Do I have a bow? Like a
No.
crossbow? No? Okay. So, never mind.
Yeah.
What weapons do you have?
This. Pull out a big, like, kind of bone cleavery thing. It's about this long. It looks sharp, but it's definitely like a hacking thing.
That was one big angry chicken.
It's really good for me hitting things in the back. So if we can distract things, I can take them down pretty easily from behind.
Well, hopefully that won't be particularly necessary, since, according to Gwen, this is a more untouched spot. We'll try and stay as quiet and unobtrusive as we can, but we need to be aware that it's dark, we're in the wilderness, and it's dangerous out here.
So we are we, how far away are we from Osiris?
From Osiris? Really far. Like
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. Okay, so unliving wouldn't be really a concern.
Not really worried about unliving.
Great.
Here it's animals and raiders.
Okay.
I try to sneak a couple of the opiates into my satchel.
All right.
Do we see him like by the cart?
I don't think I would be
I mean,
looking. So.
with the various watches, I'm sure Dalexo can find a nice time to
Yeah.
steal some medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why have you been traveling together? It seems unusual how you would be a group. Usually exiles travel together, and city folk travel together, and I'm not really sure what you do.
I'm not really sure what I do either.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page.
Well, I was walking along the road when I saw Dalexo's wagon. I was really hungry, and I asked if I could tag along, and he was the nicest person I've ever met and let me have food and ride along in exchange for me cleaning.
Okay.
And
Have all of you been traveling for a purpose, or
Trilling what?
for a purpose?
We have, and then I guess it got filled, and then we were given another purpose. It's like we were given a grandiose to-do list, and then we filled it, and then there were different other things to do.
We met by chance before winter outside of Artemis. It has made sense for us to travel together since.
Seems like fate, maybe.
Do we tell him about the dreams and the oracle?
What?
Why not?
Are
He
they-
might have some
are they just-
insight.
I'm sure you just see them whispering away from
like,
you.
He might have some insight. What's the worst he could do? Blackmail us with really strange dreams?
No, just tell him.
Yeah, I would. Okay. Okay. I.
Let's go on an angel hunt.
A what?
That's not at all what
Oh,
we
that
did.
is not what we did.
So you do know what an angel is a huge, unliving, horrible, horrible thing that's like 50 feet tall and goes around and destroys huge places, and it's really, really bad. So.
We definitely did not go looking for one of those.
Okay, that's good,
Well, we kinda
because
did.
otherwise I would leave.
It was dead.
Yeah.
You found a dead one?
No, we went to the dead one. That's that way. I
Yeah,
pointed
like
in the
someone-
direction of where the grave
It's
of the angel
southwest
is.
from where you are.
Oh, I kind of showed up like after that.
So, What were you whispering about?
Well,
That
So-
you found a dead angel?
Well, so what happened that brought the original crew together was that we were summoned by an oracle in Artemis, and she said something very vague. This way, it covers her butt, and says that we need to go in the direction of the angel. Then we were in the direction of the angel. Then we saw a battle break out.
Plus some bad dreams in between there.
And some bad dreams between there. There were some soldiers and some exile that died. Then we met Aster the Butcher. Aster the Butcher knows Anik. And then we decided to go with them to Balta. Then we went from Balta and we went to the Golden Fields where we met more people. Then we encountered your parents and we encountered you. And then you were looking for a cure for Anik's mother. And then now we're here.
Do you know who the Dark Mistress is?
I think I've heard that name before. Why?
Well,
That's rather specific.
well, we have reason to believe that the Dark Mistress is guiding the efforts of a really big bad guy who
And who's the big bad guy?
Bob Hef.
I know that name.
I was gonna say I would assume that you've heard his name before.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Well, we know that he's looking for something called the Hand.
Of Osiris.
Ah.
And
Huh.
the Dark Mistress is guiding him, we think. People have said, you know.
We are talking of Babhef, who has had 4 eyes.
Yes. Has
Yeah.
4 eyes, apparently.
I heard some got pulled out.
They were, and then the Dark Mistress restored them to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you know about the Hand?
We only know that he believes that some Scandi merchants were the last ones to be in possession of it.
Oh. Well,
What do you know about it?
so I know where it comes from. I know the story of the Hand.
What does it do?
Where does it come from?
What's the story?
All of those are
And we all
questions.
sit down cross-legged.
Don't know. What was your question? What's it?
Where does it come from?
Where does it come from? It comes from Osiris, obviously.
Seems obvious.
And
Is that really the answer?
Story.
yeah, all right. So, of the pantheon, you know that there are many gods, and of the pantheon, do you know that there is only one god who hates us, humanity, that wants to kill us, that end us?
I don't know if I know that.
I don't know that one.
It is Osiris.
Oh, I think. I know
Osiris
that.
is the bringer of death.
Yes.
He hates humanity, and he brings the unliving into this world. He creates them.
Right.
When they come, they only bring death, and the forces that rise are very, very hard to. You can't kill them.
You can't kill them?
No, they are unliving. They are never alive. They are just metal.
What happens if you burn them to a crisp?
It's rather hard to burn metal.
But
So I know about the Hand because when the unliving started to really become dangerous, which was during the start of, around the Third Age. During that time, they were. How do I put it? There was a small village, and that village was wiped out to a single man, and that man was not a man; he was a boy, by name of Basso.
He was a what?
He was a boy.
A boy.
A boy, a single boy, survived an unliving attack on a village, and the boy's name was Basso. Normally, that's just tragic story, but Basso is important. Baso was left in the wilds and slowly became a man and became stronger. He gathered people around him, and people looked to him for strength, but he was tortured by he had questions of why a god would destroy his village. His village was not important, but Osiris sent the unliving there anyway to destroy them all. And he felt that he did not deserve to live. He wished that his family had survived. And even though he had a surrogate family, some people who adopted him when he was young, but abandoned, or not abandoned, when his village died, he was found and looked after, and he rose to be a man. But he was tortured by that. He was tortured by surviving, and
Sounds like our friend Vesper.
eventually he decided that he would go into the heart of Osiris on his own and travel to the underworld and ask a god, demand a god. Why? And everyone felt that was suicide because only the unliving come from the heart of Osiris. And he went, and he disappeared. And eventually he came back. And when he came back, he was changed. He was different. The peoples that he returned to, including his new family, they could barely recognize him as who Baso was. Now he was a different man, a man with power. He knew dark arts and necromancy. And he brought that to the people. Those people used those powers to rise in strength and become the nation that you know today, the Assyrians. That is who Baso rose, who he built. He built that entire nation by himself, and he was their king. And eventually, after a very long time, he died. He passed away. And his greatest priests tried to use the teachings that Baso taught them to bring him back alive. But it did not work. Osiris did not bless, curse. When they called upon that power, it did not work. Presumably because Baso was the only one who knew it as well. He never spoke to anyone about what he found and what happened when he went into the heart of Osiris. He only taught how to spread these dark arts and how to create and control the unliving and use them as soldiers. And so when he did die and the ritual failed, they buried him just like we do, or just like most do in the Second Age. We mummified, they mummified him. They took his organs and put them into jars and sealed his body away forever. But then the winter, the long winter came. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Now, when that winter came, have you ever met, you would know, death bears?
Yeah.
We have also encountered
Yeah.
Yes.
one.
Osiris is fond of bears. I don't know why.
So maybe Baso wasn't so fond of them, or wouldn't be now, because during that long winter, the Assyrians had to seal themselves inside their god. But Baso was buried outside of their god. And one of those bears broke in and ransacked the tomb. And there wasn't much left of Baso when the Assyrians and the winter ended and they found him. The few pieces that remained were turned into, they were preserved. Hieroglyphics were carved into them. And the most prominent of those is his right hand, which is inscribed with many of those hieroglyphics. And the stories tell that holds great power. I don't know how it works or what it does.
Did the hieroglyphics appear during the Great Winter?
No.
No, they carved them in
Yeah,
themselves.
they were
did.
carved in after to honor him. They took the few remaining parts of Basso and they preserved them in more canopic jars, carved jars with animals and creatures on the outside, and many hieroglyphics around. But Basso's people were angered by that and started culling all of the bears. That's why there aren't as many around. And you know the Yuling? Yeah?
Yes.
The Yuling view those bears as sacred.
Yeah.
So maybe 200 years ago, that's I think when the winter ended.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. So from the end of the Great Winter till about 150 years ago, the bears were being killed, and the Yuling were offended by this and went to try and defend them, to fight them. But you can't fight against the Asarians like that. However, the Changelings, do you know that tribe?
Yeah.
We're familiar.
He spits as soon as he says that name.
I identify with that on a spiritual level.
They started helping the Yuling in favor of the enemy of my enemy. And so the Changelings spit. They started fighting back against the Asarians, and this feud lasted many years.
So the Yulings and the Changelings were allies.
Briefly, it seems.
Briefly, yeah. Mostly Yuling tried to defend bears and regretted it. And then the Changelings started fighting for them almost, because the Yulings are not a warlike tribe. They are not warriors. They are they worship the strength of the bear, but that is it. And so after that, maybe 50 years ago, about a lifetime. Do you know of Hone?
No.
Hone is the current or previous? Previous. He was the previous chief of the Changelings before
Oh.
the current.
Wow.
So, Hone married an Asarian princess
Keep going.
as
Keep
a
going.
peace
Yeah,
treaty to end the feud. And after that, Hone was gifted the right hand as a dowry, as a symbol of their alliance. You got that?
Yes.
So, that piece, though, it did not last, because the princess and Hone, when they had child, that child had 4 eyes,
Yep.
and
there
now
it
you
is.
know of Bapef.
Yes.
Hone did not like his son. Barpeth, tormentor of kings, is how Hone named him, and then killed the princess. He accused her of laying with incubi, and so
Why did he get mad at her?
because he felt that Barpeth was not a son of his seed.
Oh.
He felt that the princess laid with an incubus instead,
Do you think
and
that's
that's how
true?
they created. Changelings are nuts.
It's so true.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I don't know. Like, if I saw that my child was somehow deformed and I was ashamed of it, I would demonize someone as well. I wouldn't kill my wife over it.
Well, obviously the Assyrians did not like that. So the war started again. This time less of a feud, now full-blown war, and this is still going. But at some point in time during that, with the raids back and forth and the fighting, the hand has disappeared.
So how does
The changelings don't have it.
So how does the Dark Mistress play into all of this? She wants the hand. We know it's powerful, possibly because of dark magic, hieroglyphics. There's so much of this story that's still missing.
If it's his right hand, it could have the power to. It could have his power to bring things back to life, to control the unliving.
I
Can I
mean,
do a history check on Dark Mistress?
Sure.
Ooh.
This isn't going to be good. So that's going to be a 12.
12.
Oh wow.
that's
What?
that's
That's
pretty
actually
good.
Pretty good.
For
What
rolling
does Skald
that?
do? Skald knows things.
Yeah. Jeez.
Drinks.
So
Drink, I drink and I know
you
drinks.
know, I believe these guys already know too, but the Dark Mistress, you remember, is one of the names of one of Bopef's new gods.
Ah, gotcha. So that is who Bopef now follows, and as you said, she has returned his eyes.
Well, thank you for telling us that.
And you don't know how. I mean,
You
they're
said-
your people
you
who
said-
were supposed to have had it last.
You said you've heard of my tribe trying to sell it, or merchants having it.
I have.
Have I heard anything about that?
No.
It sounds silly. If my tribe had that, well, if our chieftains knew, we would probably throw that away. Or we would get rid of it.
Get rid of the hand?
Mm.
Are there?
Do
are
you
there?
want changelings coming after you? Or the Assyrians? Or both of them?
Well, that's happened to the Lapui and the Yuling because
Yeah.
they are searching for this item.
But it seems like it would be very hard to destroy.
Are there
know.
merchants that work with
Throw
the
it in a lake.
Scandies that are not of your tribes that work often with the Scandies enough to where these merchants having this item would be traced back to your tribe?
I'm not sure what you're asking. We do trade with the Yuling because they are peaceful. We've done a little indirect trade with Athena.
Okay.
Sorry. Artemis.
Artemis?
Yeah, did I say Athena on the sheet? Sorry.
Never mind.
It's Artemis.
Recon that. Yeah, sure.
I get them confused sometimes because they're both A names.
Wink. But yeah, I can't. We do a little bit of trading with the friendly tribes around here. Pelts and furs and things like that. And what?
I said like me.
What tribe are you?
Yuling.
Oh, well, there you go.
So there's not a specific merchant group that frequents.
Where
It's a big tribe.
I say, I
Yeah.
know that you guys are really spread out.
I haven't been back in a while. Some of the smaller cities are kind of comfortable.
It's true. All right. Well, thank
As
you
a
for the
note,
information.
he's not quite as dirty as you are. He's kind of like a mid-range between.
This is actually a death bear.
That's death for a pulp.
Look,
That's important and sacred to you, yeah?
yeah.
All right. So you guys can take a moment to rest, and then we'll
Can I
head
do a
into-
quick check for
Sure.
more hostiles, just in case? Like, as far as like wild animals, since we've been sitting talking for a while, I just want to make sure
you
that we're
do
not
that,
threatened.
That'd be one of the
Oh,
cards.
okay. Never mind.
All right, so I'll let you guys know. Quick warning: a few extra cards in here. So
Okay.
the order that you guys are all going to be out doing your stuff, but you won't succeed, or you will succeed in order, and your previous things might affect that. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what card's next. Julia,
Hello.
what are you going to do? So you're already in an area with very few animals and stuff.
Right. We haven't found the flower things. Right.
Yeah, but we were doing the wrong kind of check.
Right. So we're in the right kind of area for that now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll look for those.
All right. So that would be nature, or I will also give investigation.
Can she do assists?
If she is trained, if you're rank 3, then you can assist other people. I think you're probably rank 3 in nature.
At least.
Where's nature?
Nature would be under.
Precision?
Knowledge
Nature's
is-
knowledge.
Oh, knowledge, my bad.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a
Looking at
3
Mhm.
in nature.
You're rank 3 in nature?
Yes.
All right, then you can assist someone else. So you can hold and assist someone else's nature check if you want. Help them out.
Or you could just take one, I guess. Right.
Assisting is actually better.
That's
in this.
right. That's
Yeah.
what I figured.
You, in my game currently, when you make an assist check, you need rank 3 in it, and you get to use the higher person's stat, which is actually
Ooh.
huge.
Well,
Okay.
So you hold. Oh, it's event number 2.
uh-oh.
All right, so you guys are going. We're
What
gonna
number 2?
An event.
Event.
Something's gonna
An
happen.
event.
So you guys are wandering, and you hear some sounds, and you also hear things moving around. You shuffle everyone to keep your head down.
Guys.
As you're keeping around, you hear movement. It sounds like a group of people coming in your direction. So what would you like to do? Hide? Approach?
Sounds like people.
Yep.
Hide. Let's hide because we can spy on them and see what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody stay quiet and still and like. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hide.
Are there any good places for easy hiding? Like
Yeah,
large
well,
rocks to
this
stay
is
behind?
all like untouched area, so there's lots of rocks and trees and heavy brush.
What about the wagon, though?
There is a large wagon there.
Well,
no,
would we have
boo-boo.
dragged it into the area with no animals?
Probably,
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
We
I
probably
mean-
would have, yeah.
It would have been hard to get it in there.
Yeah.
You probably left a trail, honestly.
I mean, yeah. Regardless, yeah.
Yeah.
is that the direction that they're coming from?
No.
Okay. Hide.
I'm hiding.
All right.
Hiding.
Hide.
I'm hiding, and I put my hand
Okay.
inside my satchel to arm myself with an opiate.
Okay.
That's one way to do that.
Cool. So as you guys move, everyone make a stealth check just to see if anyone really screws it up.
Oh! I have no ranks in stealth.
I'm great at that.
Do I? Where is still?
Stealth is.
Okay.
Oh no, you're
Okay.
decently stealthy.
So I'm.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm 6
11.
plus
All right.
7.
What do you got going, Anik? 6? You have a 1 in stealth?
Yeah,
that was a miscalculation on my part.
That's
thought it was higher.
That's actually impossible.
No, yeah, no, it's wrong. It's no, 9.
9. Okay.
We
That's
need
more
to
like
fix the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Didn't.
I've been changing the formulas as I find them, so we'll just fix
I was
your
like, wait a
sheet.
minute, no.
Okay, so
So
you got a
9.
9. That's not so bad.
So much
You're
better
pretty
than
good.
12.
12,
13.
13. All right.
Uh-oh.
So you keep your head down and you hope that they aren't
I
looking
have
for
no
you.
ranks in stealth.
So you can't roll.
Oh,
Nope.
oh, yeah.
Cool.
Well,
So,
there you go, there's
as you guys
The one
are
in the wagon.
hanging out,
You're hiding behind the wagon.
I'm in the wagon.
you hear like the people stop. Hear some voices talking to each other. You don't necessarily hear. You hear very clearly. They are speaking in changeling. And someone says, "Hey, I see someone over there. There's a cart. Something. We should check that out."
Oh, shit.
So you can have a moment to make any decisions.
Can I hear that?
No, you just hear sounds.
Would they hear me if I like whisper, "Hey
Probably.
guys," so I
Good
shouldn't
chance
say
of it.
anything?
All right, so you just stay down. All right.
Or
so
can
as-
I like poke them and like
yeah. So they're like,
Like-
what's going on? As you guys are talking, you hear them moving closer. They kind of come through the brush. It looks like there's maybe 20 warriors, heavily armed,
Rose.
and they move towards the cart. Yeah.
You're so rude.
So what are you gonna do, Dalexo?
Well, I'm gonna put this away because it's not gonna work.
Hello,
This-
everyone. Would you like some drugs?
Hello, everyone. Would you like some
But
drugs?
I will go after my rifle. I'm assuming I'm in the wagon.
Yep.
So
Sure.
then I go after my rifle.
Okay. So
Not
you
in a
come-
way that anyone else could see.
The guys, they come over, you see them looking at the wagon, they're like, "The hell is this?" Someone comes over, grabs some junk, and he's like, "I don't know, junk." Tosses on the ground, and they start grabbing more stuff going through the cart.
Hey,
anyone
what
do
are you
anything?
doing with my junk?
Oh, Dalexo.
They pull out their weapons and move around, and they say, "Hey, who the hell are you?"
I'm a merchant. I'm a junk trader. Do you want to trade? We could definitely use the business.
"Sure. Take the whole cart, and you can walk away." Someone
would-
else says, "We're taking the Olivac, too."
No.
I, at this point, am next to him with my sword drawn.
All right, swords out. "Hey, what the hell do you want?"
This is my wagon. What do you want?
"Are you really going to die in the woods for a wagon full of junk?"
Are you?
"Yeah, I don't think we're afraid of some merchant and his bodyguard."
And then I'm gonna hop out and be like, "What about me?"
And a small exile.
All right. 3 of them come over to you, and they start grabbing at you to pull you down. And now we're in combat rounds.
I knew I wasn't smelly enough.
I don't have time for this.
All I wanted was some flowers.
Passivism is not working.
All right, well, we can go to minicam for a bit. Andre? We go to minicam, I guess. Set up a little set of minis. This will be Boo Boo in the cart.
You were so
Yeah.
prepared for this that I'm freaking out.
You guys didn't have to fight these guys.
No, we didn't. Someone's not a
Alright.
very good hider.
So this is the cart.
I was
Nick
inside a
is
wagon.
green. Then Gem is red. She's off hiding right now. Yellow is Gwendine, who hopped out and was like, "Hey, Dalexo's blue, and you're hiding over here, Kai."
Okay.
Let's see. God, we got 20 warriors.
Like, great.
This is not what I wanted to be doing.
So we got 3
Oh,
here, 2.
Are you a really good fighter?
There, just so it's like clear, there's no one is this good
No.
in this game.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Also, it's me, so I'm gonna roll up. So.
No, you've been rolling good lately.
Huh?
You don't have enough markers on the table.
Oh, that's a good sign.
All right, so you guys are horribly outnumbered.
Yay.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
Well, I'm glad I get to witness this TPK.
Gee, thanks.
For real.
All right. Clarify too. Combat rounds does not mean a fight has started.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh, good.
And also, my game's pretty deadly. Just so you know.
Yeah. No.
Heads up.
This is not a fight that I am interested in being in right now.
So Dalexo, you're actually at the
We
top
are
of the
not
round.
Oh, this is
You'll
not where I
see
want it to be.
Some of the warriors are headed over to Gwendine.
Talk us out of it. Talk us out of it, Dalexo.
Help.
So is there anything else that I can offer you other than this? In fact, I have some very interesting merchandise that can be sold for high quantities, but I can't do that here without a cart.
If we just take your cart, we'll have all your stuff.
Shoot, I can't just do a socialize or negotiation roll.
And you're gonna have to convince them to want
Yeah.
to negotiate with you.
Nightmare.
All right. Kai, you're hiding. Do you want to continue to hide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just hold action for now.
Okay. Anik, you're up.
Oh God. I know what I want to say, but I don't think. Hang on, I have to look at my thing if I'm even allowed to do this. I don't know what to do.
How many people here can speak Changeling, by the way?
I can speak phrases.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have Changeling? Okay. I do.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Dalexo, tell them about the products we are holding for Bob Hef.
Woo!
But you tell them that, not me.
All right.
Bold move, bold
Cool.
move.
Nothing happens. Julia.
Okay, so am I pinned down right now?
They have not actually reached you yet. They're just moving to grab you.
Oh, okay, that's different.
They don't do that until their action. If you don't do anything, I skip you.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
They grab Julia
Ay, yeah.
and they close ranks around you guys. Jem, you're hiding.
And I see them closing ranks.
Mhm.
I'm going to. Man, I wish I had telepathy with Hush. That'd make things so much easier.
Familiar?
Yeah, not a true familiar. I'm going to sneak closer and try to remain hidden as I do so, and I have the light on your feet.
You're already pretty close.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, like you didn't get too far away.
Okay.
Like you can hear everything. You don't
okay.
understand half of it because it's all in Changeling.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Then I will remain hidden.
all right. They say, "What have you got? What do you say you're holding for Bob Hef?"
Do you speak Changeling?
No.
Okay, I translate that because I don't know. It's his thing.
All right.
Sorry. It should definitely be you saying that, not me.
Okay.
So what do you say? Nothing. Okay.
Wait.
Dalexo,
no.
You're up.
Okay. I am holding some needed
Painkillers?
They're getting impatient.
I'm holding some needed medicine in his direction.
All right, deception.
Okay. Roll well.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Total of 17.
17. What have you got? Show us.
Okay. So I pull one of my syringes from my satchel, since I put 2 there. It is one of these. It's meant to eliminate pain.
Trying to convince us you're holding one thing for Bopef.
I'm giving you a sample of what this is.
Continuing through. Gwendine, you're being held. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna lift up my armpits
All right.
and hopefully they gag over my smelliness.
There are other exiles that
I'm
will
going
be-
to grab you and push you into the ground. You can no longer move. What, Jem, do you continue to hide?
I do. Oh wait, am I up again, or is that
Yes.
the end of the round? Oh yes. So I'm gonna send in Hush as my. I feel like I think I can talk to Hush, like how people think they can talk to their cats in real life. And I'm gonna send in Hush to go look.
Just to watch?
Yeah, and then my intention is that Hush will return to me and either be panicked or not panicked.
Okay. I shall go take a look.
We're all panicked.
All right.
And Hush is being sneaky, P.S.
Okay. So someone reveals themselves coming out from the tree line. They are a large man wearing a light hide armor all over his body. He has a huge polearm that he's carrying, and he has giant wings. It looks like they're maybe, they've reached up 15 feet in the air above, and they're folded in.
Oh,
It's dark here, but you can see just a little in the light, the shimmer of color on his wings. And he comes in. He says, I don't know what you fools are doing in these woods, but we're going to take your cart. We're going to take your bags. We're going to take everything you have. And if I'm feeling kind, I'll leave you with your bodies. So the question I have for you is, do you want to see my kindness? Or do you want to see my anger?
I like kindness.
So another guy came out?
Yeah, this is another guy. This seems to be their leader with these, he has these huge wings.
The Cephos won't take kindly to one of their couriers being treated this way.
You said the Cephos?
Aren't they trading with the changelings?
Oh yeah, the Cephos are one of the trade groups.
Nice. Good notes, Kay.
But but he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
And you're up, Anik.
Okay. I have nothing. I mean, there is nothing I can do right now. I don't know what to do. We're surrounded, right? There's no way we can run.
You might be able to run, but if you run, you ditch Boo Boo. And Gwendine.
Yeah, we have to get Gwendine. I'm gonna say the cart and its contents are worthless to you, but for the medicines that we have, take those. The rest of it will just weigh you down.
All right, and bottom of the round is Skald. Gonna keep hiding?
Well, I was thinking about some kind of way of like just casually walking down the side of the hill and being like, you know, our mercenaries who are defending us are going to be back anytime soon. And I was going to think about like lying through my teeth about that. But I just don't think I can sell that anymore.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. At this point, I'm going to leave combat rounds. They just start grabbing your sacks, grabbing your stuff. They don't take your pistol. They do take your rifle. If it's either it's exposed and they take it, or it's in the cart and they're taking the cart. And they lead Boo Boo away. They kick you into the dirt. They don't do anything with you. They keep their distance from you. But they lead the cart away and into the darkness. And they're gone.
So, Gwen, are you okay?
What about the food?
We can hunt. We'll be fine.
Were we individually carrying our own rations, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we probably didn't lose that much food.
Guys, what
So you lost
That
Gwen's
was my
food,
entire life.
Dalexo's food.
what happened over there?
That was my entire life. So I feel stupid right now that I didn't try to use my rifle and shoot him.
We all would have died.
I know. That's why I didn't do it. If it were just me, it'd be fine, but I don't want to do that to any of you here.
Well, why did they
Well,
take
I still have my 2 things in my satchel, I think. Did they take my satchel?
Yeah. They would have taken your
Okay,
satchel.
well then I have nothing.
Why did they take your
What did they take off of our persons, just so that we know?
Just bags. So
Just
you
bags.
still have your pistol, you still have your weapons.
Okay, that was my
Do I still have my
concern.
fur?
You still have your fur, you still have your bow too.
Do I have my goggles? Even though they
Yeah, you have the goggles.
Yeah, you probably had them hidden.
Yeah.
Did they take
But-
my god shards?
They would have taken most of your god shards. Do you have any ranks in sleight of hand?
1.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
Come on, Dalexo. Avenge Boo Boo.
We're poor.
Oh!
No.
Is it a 1?
No!
What is it?
I rolled a 2, so it's a total of 3.
All right, you managed to pocket 2 god shards.
All right.
All right?
Well, I don't understand. Why did they take the wagon? What could changelings need with a wagon?
Doesn't matter. They're going to. It doesn't matter. I don't have anything.
What do we do?
Well, I suggest that now that we've been ransacked, we try to find. We try to find these flowers. We try to find a place to sleep, and we try to hunt. Because unless there's anything else, well, I would also suggest like heading back in the direction that if we can.
We need to get the orchids. and then-
I'm going to pop out from the bush and walk down.
Welcome back.
So, there's 2 things we could do right now. One, Gwen is a tracker, yeah? We could
Yep.
follow them. They have the cart. It's not very hard for them to... it's going to be pretty hard for them to hide that. We could potentially follow them and from a distance and wait for them to go to sleep and try and steal some of the stuff, or catch them when they're not ready. Or we can keep looking for the flowers right now.
Either way, there's too many for me to fight on my own.
I'm not bad with a weapon, but I don't think I could take more than a couple.
And we can't make a clean getaway with that cart.
Yeah.
It's too slow.
I can't fight. I'm sorry.
I have nothing.
Are any of you really sneaky?
No.
You're good at sneaking and hiding?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything that... Well, the medicine is important. I think we should get the medicine back, at the very least.
It's a suicide. To run back in there. I can't. I have to get this medicine to my mother. I'm running out of time.
We'll do what you want, but I have nothing. I might as well just walk in there. I have nothing to lose right now. So I might as well go in after my medicine.
Let's finish checking this area out a little bit more first.
Wait, I have a question.
They can't move faster than we can with those carts.
The medicine. We need the medicine to cure or at least help the people who are sick, right?
Right.
But you need the medicine because you need to sell it.
Right.
So I'm conflicted here morally because really to you it's a loss of God shards, but it's also a loss. But we could have administered the medicine before we lost it.
Well, worrying about an opportunity that's been missed is pointless.
Well, I want to get my morals straight here because
What morals?
I'm willing to
I have nothing.
Dalexo, I'm willing to go back with you and get the medicine, but I need to know I'm doing it for the right reasons.
I am not willing to endanger you right now.
I'm fine. This is what I'm good at.
I don't know what to do, so I will do whatever anyone tells me to do right now. I am just not...
All right. Well, why don't we get into initiative and see what everyone goes and decides to do. Gwendine. You can also say you're going to help one of these people if you don't want to do a specific thing.
All right, she was done the start of an assist action to help.
Right.
Yep.
for something,
And
but-
now
it
we're
didn't
reset.
happen, so. Okay.
Now you can do another, you can assist Kai again if you want.
Yeah, I think we need to
Okay,
focus
so you're going
on-
to keep looking for the flower.
Yeah.
Dalexo.
I'm gonna help look for the flower because there's nothing else I can do.
All right. You trained in nature?
Yes.
All right.
How many ranks you got?
I have 2, but I have fast learner, so it's treated like 3.
Nice.
Can he, like, are we able to all pull together for a really big assist? Or?
Yep.
Which one?
But we haven't gotten to the actual action yet.
Oh,
Okay.
People are just assisting.
Okay.
Jem.
Dalexo,
Yes.
I can either stay here and help find the flowers, or I can go get the medicine. Because, quite frankly, you might have saved my life. So,
Jem,
I
if you
will-
go in there, you will die.
She's not telling you.
Oh, right. I thought it was over there.
Well, I mean, you
Well, I
might-
mean,
you
okay.
might have heard
Isaiah
me.
wasn't. I
All
didn't
right,
know
she
that.
heard
I
you
thought we
then.
were all together.
Yeah.
I am.
Hovering over the.
All right.
I am not going to refuse you taking, risking yourself for the medicine. We can do something. It is ill-advised, but you're a woman now, and you can handle your own. If I would like to, but I'm going to spend effort taking care of the flowers. If you need me to go there, I will go. I will probably die. I'm not good at fighting. I'm not good at hiding. I'm good at business, but not when I'm strong-armed like that.
I have an idea.
I will take any idea.
Gwen, maybe you could help me.
So who is here?
You could.
I think we're all.
You could
Currently,
help-
everyone is here. No
Okay,
one
so
has-
everyone's present for this conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
You could help me track the cart, and you, with your bow, are a ranged shooter, so you could pick off someone if things get dire, and I can run away.
I'm just one person.
Jem, no. It's
But it's medicine. It could save people like Anna.
finding this ingredient may also lead to the medication. If you go to their camp, they will kill you. And that is the best thing that they can do. They could kidnap you, torture you, and make you one of them. It's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I will not put you girls at risk. And were Dalexo in his right mind, he wouldn't ask such a thing. But he's just... We all have had a bit of a shock.
Yes.
I didn't think about that. That they could do much worse than killing a person.
They can take your livelihood and your entire life away. That is what has happened. So let's concentrate. Let's concentrate on getting medicine so your mother could be better, okay? It would help me if your mother could be better because my life is not good right now, okay?
I will do what I can, Dalexo, to convince my family to replace what you have lost.
I will work it out. Let's save your mother.
Why is this world so shitty?
Because we...
Everyone's dying. People take our stuff. Everyone's evil, killing each other. Why can't...
Okay.
All of us have had horrible things happen to us. What is this world we live in? Why isn't anything good happening? Why are angels terrifying beasts that kill hundreds of people? Where is the good in anything?
What you have to have is if you don't have good things, you do have to rely on just a little bit of hope. You have to hope that if we're alive right now, then maybe there's something we can do. See, I could have just decided and not cared about any of you and decided that I was going to hold my ground and shoot everybody and defend my things. But I don't have things. I have you. I have all of you. And I would rather have all of you than things. So right now, let's get medicine for your mother. Let's go find that. And then we'll work on other things. But steaming here, being angry, being upset is going to make us less effective. So let's do it.
The sooner we find this flower, the sooner we are safer in the Golden Fields.
And the sooner Vesper can find us.
So, would you like to take an action, or are you going to stay with the group?
I'll stay in the future. I'll assist, or I'll look for the flowers.
Okay. Anik, looks like flower searcher's at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm looking for flowers, but I'm trained in nature, but that's
Okay.
it.
So it looks like you guys are going to have one epic nature check.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the way that works. Everyone who is trained, I don't know that Jem is actually trained in nature, but she can help. She's like, I'm helping. Everyone gets to use the highest check. So what's your check, Kai?
9.
Does anyone beat 9?
I don't think so.
All right.
It's kind of a lot.
Then you all get to roll your die and add 9 to it. Because you're all, basically, Skald is like pointing out the best spots, helping you look.
Woo!
Well, you're not trained.
Oh!
No! My roll doesn't count at all?
No.
You just wasted 12.
But I rolled an 11.
Nice.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 9.
All right. So you got some really amazing rolls. And Jem tried really, really hard. Yeah. I see it.
Everything sucks.
And Skald's like, oh no, that's a different glowing flower, but you're on the right track.
I just put all of the flowers that are like wrong just like in your hair.
But
Thanks.
as you search through all these various plants and all these things, Dalexo, I believe, had the 11. You find a single glowing purple starlight orchid shimmering in the starlight.
I pointed out because I'm afraid to touch it and ruin it. It's like, okay.
Hush, don't eat it.
Yes, yes,
Jeff,
I
don't
don't eat
step
it.
on it.
Yes. Let me have you handle that because I don't know if it's supposed to be handled a certain way since you're dealing with it.
All right. Yeah. Skald safely procures it, puts it in a little pouch that contains everything. And you now have a single starlight orchid.
This should be enough to cure your mother.
Should we find more so we can make more medicine?
Is there more? We've looked everywhere in this little spot, and to be
There's
honest,
the whole northern mountains.
They are rare. Very rare.
do we have enough
I mean,
time and supplies? And do we risk staying out here long enough, or do we go back,
Oh,
recover, and then make another trip if we need to?
I have an idea. How about some of us hunt for more rations, more food, and some of us keep looking for the flowers?
How much rations are we down?
Oh, you're low. You only have like a cycle of rations before you need to look. Read it for you.
But we have the ones that we hunted for earlier.
No, those
I
were
can
all
go.
taken.
We ate them.
Well, a lot of them were taken.
Yeah.
Everyone who was carrying it. You have yours, so you have 4 rations, which is basically enough to feed everyone a cycle.
Okay.
I can go. I can see if I can find more.
Okay, well, we can help you, and then those of us who are good at hunting.
You
can
saying
hunt.
you want to go look while we...
Now that I know what these look like, I think I can find these on my own.
don't you need someone to go with you?
No.
I mean, it's dangerous.
Anik,
It'll be
night.
easier for me to hide on my own. I'm a lot less conspicuous as a lone traveler. I've concealed myself in the wilderness for decades at this point.
how will you ever find us?
I'll go back to the Golden Fields.
We're going to take that flower so I can heal her mother.
And you'll find your way back to your mother?
Of course.
Well, it's our parents' house.
I know where it is.
Maybe not wait 2 years this time.
She's giving you a death stare. I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I expect you kind of deserve that.
Maybe.
Anik, I don't want you to do that, but I trust you.
You'll see me again. But this is the best we can do, because not only do we need to return to the Golden Fields with this, there are people in Balta waiting for us. Maybe I'll run into Vesper.
Yeah.
Who is Vesper?
Oh, she's
You
this
keep saying this name.
crazy, wild person who's really mean to me.
Sounds awful. Why are you looking for her?
She's not mean to you.
She's just honest.
Yeah.
She's a little mean.
She is a little mean to you.
So I guess while you're looking for these starlight orchids, I guess we start our long walk back to the Golden Fields.
Tell my father that if this medicine works, I promised to replace what you lost.
Can you maybe send a note?
Sure.
Plus, if it has your signature on it, then your father will know it's really from you, and
I mean, it'll be worth about as much regardless, but
your dad doesn't care about you?
I'm not going to answer that. And I just writing a note.
I think we can at least go with the good faith that he sent us out here, and we know he knows why we're doing this. So we can go on that.
Yeah.
If you're going alone, you should like cover yourself with mud and like get, embrace the environment, smell.
Hey, I saw you try to use your smelly pits. Didn't work.
Yeah, I told you I wasn't smelling enough.
Okay.
It's worked before. I've done it, and it passed right out, man.
I'll take it under
works.
advisement.
No, really, like
Alright.
trust.
So Anik gives you a note, right?
Yeah.
So you give him a note, and then you head off into the North Mountains by yourself.
Wait, I want to give you a hug.
Hug.
You want a hug?
Don't run off.
She wants a hug.
Oh, well, I wish you luck. I will give you a hug as well.
Now, hug.
Oh.
Given what has
Now,
happened,
Hug.
I'm sorry for your loss.
But do you hug him?
Now.
Really fast.
Okay.
Well, this is magical. Can we go now?
Yeah, bye.
All right.
All right. She heads off into the woods, and you guys are going to go back to Golden Fields. All right. So you're
Let's try.
you're a bit of a ways out. You're like 8 to 9 cycles out, and you're out of food. So
Lots of hunting.
it takes a long time trekking through, finding various food sources, but you go for maybe like 2 to 3 cycles walking, and something happens. While you're out here, you are just made up camp and you're hanging out, and you see the mountains in the distance, and you're thinking about Anik out there and Vesper out there somewhere, and then you see a white flash, like a lightning bolt of Zeus that comes down from the sky and crashes into the side of the mountain. There's a flash of light and energy, and something kind of shifts away, and you see the mountain itself seem to kind of vibrate, and the ground beneath you moves just a bit, and you see a great fire burst up in the mountain as the fire starts to spread through.
This is where Anik is?
Like that. Well, she's out there somewhere. It's like the
We don't.
mountains. It's like a huge mountain range.
Okay.
And so you don't know if Nick could be out there, Vesper could be out there, people out there, and the tops of the mountains seem to be in flame as the fire is moving through it. So that's what you guys see.
I hope Anik is gonna be okay.
What?
She can take care of herself.
Whoa,
I
whoa.
trust that.
Well, what was that?
But was it a god? Well, you know a lot about gods.
I know that they do things that we don't understand.
Do they do things like that?
Sure.
This,
I don't know if I actually got anything that would help on that.
You have never seen anything like
Yeah.
that.
this guy just threw up.
The
Gods
closest
are usually a little more subtle.
Do you know anything about it? Is it something nature related? Is it
There's
a
any, you
natural
guys,
phenomenon?
if you're trained in culture, you can make a culture check. Culture and history.
Culture and history. Yes, I'm trained.
Ooh.
You're like, nope, never heard of it.
Okay.
No.
Let's see.
So the closest thing that you can think is when you were a kid growing up in the God City, you were warned that people who consort in black magic can sometimes call down the power of Zeus itself and are struck down by one of his lightning bolts. So this is the closest thing you could imagine to that.
So, I've heard of this before.
What?
Basically, the idea is that when we're, I guess, really close to a god city, sometimes someone can call upon the power of a god and strike like that.
Or they don't strike someone else. They get struck down for consorting in black magic.
Oh,
It's like you consort in black magic and Zeus is like, no, pow,
Oh.
and they die.
oh. This is the cost for consorting in black magic.
So hopefully. Oh, I wonder if that was Bob Heth. Maybe it's Bob Heth. Maybe Bob Heth died.
I mean,
Maybe the Dark Mistress was like, no.
Jim is so optimistic.
She's so
I mean, that would be cool.
That'd be wonderful, but that would require us going over
We're
to
like
where,
high right now. Like that'd be so cool, man.
All right.
except that would require us going to the fire, and we're not really equipped to do any of that. So the best thing we can do is head back to the Golden Fields.
So you're going to continue to desperately get food, continue south. It takes you a lot longer to get back than it took you to go in because you keep having to stop and hunt and try to collect food. Eventually, you reach the edge of the Golden Fields. You move in. It's a little easier. And you come down the road. You hit the road and you're moving. And what you see in the road is your cart. It doesn't have as much stuff on it. In fact, it looks half empty. Boo Boo is next to the cart, and standing next to Boo Boo and the cart is Vesper, covered in ash and soot, and she's been out in the mountains forever.
What?
What the hell?
And that's where we're stopping.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I have boo
That's our
boo!
boss.
If Vesper took down all 20 of those changeling dudes,
She's just a total badass.
oh
She
my
just
god.
went out on like
Tara Zeus, bro.
She went all river from Firefly.
Yep. But that is what happens. And it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Tried to have an emotional roller coaster. I go a little lower than some game masters, so really crushing the characters. It's my background in screenwriting.
I know.
But it was fun. Next week it will have Kai and Julia back again. However, Kailey is going to be in Italy having an awesome time.
I'm looking for Starlight Orchids.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's
Better
off
bring
looking
some
for
back.
Starlight Orchids.
Yes.
And it'll be awesome.
in Italy.
And
In Italy.
Avril should be joining us again. And it'll be awesome. So thank you guys. Hope you had a good time.